This is episode 10 of Star Trek Discovery, Into the Forest I Go. And this was the very best episode of Star Trek Discovery that they've made so far. It finally paid off. They finally delivered the goods. The next best episode was the one with Harry Mudd caught in the time loop. But this one was a little bit better because it wraps up almost, not quite, but it almost wraps up a lot of storylines. So basically, the Klingons are on the way to that planet Pavin from last week, and because the tower thing is transmitting a signal to the Klingons to show up, and it's also transmitting a signal for the Starfleet to show up because they want peace. So the Klingons are on the way, and Lorca, of course, wants to, use the spore drive to pop in and try to destroy the Klingons. So he's telling Stamets, "I'm going to want you to do a bunch of jumps because we're going to do like 130 jumps so we can shoot the Klingon ship real surprisingly. And also, it turns out they'll be able to figure out their cloaking technology. So if they do a whole crap load of jumps, like 130, they can get sensor information on how the cloak works, and it'll defeat the cloak from the few other ships that have it from the Klingons. If they destroy the Klingons' cloak, that will help restore the canon that the Klingons didn't have cloaking technology." So of course his doctor boyfriend is real concerned because he can see that it's taken an effect on him. In the last episode, we saw him like it was rough on Stamets there, but we don't know exactly what is happening. And so the doctor and Tilly and Stamets are the spore team. They're the three that are always working on the spore team. They're going to attempt to go to the Klingon ship. They beam over Michael Burnham and her boyfriend, Ash Tyler, and they beam him into like a secret compartment or like in the back of the Klingon ship. And they're going to try to take them by surprise. Of course, it ain't going to be easy. They're also trying to rescue Admiral Cornwall, and she is alive. I don't know. This thing's going to be full of spoilers, by the way, big time. So they get over there to the Klingon ship, and I do believe that they have some sort of an enhancer, a sensor enhancer device that they are going to put in place. So the Discovery gets real close to the Klingon ship, pops in a couple of times. They beam over to the Klingon ship. I think they just got there, and they're going to put these sensor enhancers down so that they can find Cromwell. That's one right there, and beam back and get all the sensor technology and whatnot, scientific mumbo jumbo, techno babble, and defeat the Klingons. Excuse me. So they're on the Klingon ship, and I think he's getting a little like feeling bad because that Klingon female assaulted him, and she's going to show up in a second. As a matter of fact, I think they see her real quick, and he gets all traumatized and almost goes into shock. Oh yeah, they found the Admiral's comm badge signal or life sign signal, and they went to her, and she's alive, just not doing great. And that's the first time they saw her right there. So they're going to give her some sort of medical treatment, whatever they have, like a hypo spray. Yeah, that's what they do. And I think she's looking out for everybody, and they're sneaking over there to get to the Admiral and to try to get her out of there. Oh, Michael Burnham had to convince Ash Tyler to go rescue the Admiral because he was like, "No, I can't do it. We're on here on a mission to get these sensor datas and shit, but not to rescue the Admiral." But since she's alive, they're going to try to rescue her, of course. So they go to her, and Michael Burnham is going to wind up going off on her own to try to fuck up the Klingons real bad. And she leaves Ash Tyler with the Admiral Cornwall. The Discovery's popping in and out a whole bunch of times, firing at the Klingon ship. And this Klingon ship, from the inside, it looked pretty freaking awesome. I mean, look at that. That looks like the inside of a Klingon ship. And when this was happening, I was saying, wow, this episode's pretty awesome. They're doing a lot of stuff. And when they showed the inside of the Klingon ship like that, I thought they're finally trying to fix it. They're trying to make it look like a Klingon ship. Of course, they're going to blow it up here in about 1.5 minutes after they bombard them and whatnot. I was wrong in my prediction about the guy turning into a Klingon and setting off self-destruct. No, the Discovery just hits them so many times that they finally get it to basically start destroying itself, and it blows up eventually. So Stamets is getting worse and worse as he does these jumps, and the Discovery is going to defeat the Klingon ship. It's going to be successful, but they have to get out of there because I don't know why, but I can't remember. Let me see. They're beaming That's them. That's like it's all blurry because the Discovery is popping in and out so much you can't really make heads or tails of anything. And they show Stamets really tripping out and like not having a good time. In a little while, spoiler alert, his boyfriend's going to get all upset and run over there and kiss him. And he's going to be like, I only have to do one more jump. This is near the end, not right now. And I don't think he's going to, I think he's going to, like, something bad's going to happen to Stamets. As a matter of fact, I think they're going to jump into the mirror universe at the end of this episode. Here, Ash Tyler's, like, getting all sweaty and not feeling good, just like Stamets is, coincidentally. And he's with the Admiral there because Michael Burnham went off by herself to screw with the Klingons. And she's going, you're in shock. And I'm a doctor, right? So let me help you through this shock. And she gives him advice on what to do. And I think they're communicating to him that we found Admiral Cornwall alive. And, of course, Lorca is all freaked out about it because he doesn't want her to get rescued. Oh, yeah, they've input all of the spore jump information into the computer. 130 jumps in 5 minutes or something. And, of course, Stamets is not going to do good after that because it looks real bad already. And those are 130 more jumps that Lorca wants him to do. So Burnham's going to go onto the Klingon bridge and tell him, you need to be an honorable Klingon and fight with me. And also the Klingons speak English here for the first time. And I'm like, they finally took our advice and are making the Klingons speak English instead of Klingon. If the Klingons speak English and we see them, that would be the way to go. Michael Burnham says, this is a universal translator. That's why you think I'm speaking Klingon. I'm not actually speaking Klingon. You just think it because of the universal translator. And this guy never heard of that. And he's like, oh, so you understand me. Right. That's a universal translator. Duh. Have you ever seen, Star Trek and whatnot? Guess not. Wait. The universal translator is what they used to Klingon speak English. It was great. And the Klingon ship looks great. And there was a lot of action in this episode. He's trying to kill her, of course, duh. And let's see. Ash Tyler and Cornwall are going to get beamed out here in a little bit. They're like, the signal enhancer is sending their coordinates over so the Discovery can beam them out. And let's see here. I think the ship is also, that the transmitter transmitted a bunch of information. He's putting stuff in his eyes because he's trying to, the light is blinding him because they're successful and there's a lot of explosions because the Klingon ship's about to blow up. So they destroy the Klingon ship, they get Admiral Cornwall, and there it goes, it's blown up. And they jump in and out of the spore drive like 130 times. So also Stamets is getting very sick and something bad's going to happen. It's like 3 different plots. And I think they did a real good job. It was very exciting and action-packed episode, and a lot of Star Trek stuff happened. The Star Trek thing would be, we got a problem, we're going to fix it. The Black Admiral, no, that's not yet. That Black Admiral comes in a bit, though, and he says, good job, we're going to send, I'll tell you about that in a minute. So she's, they got back to Discovery, and they're all hugging each other, and she's kissing him, and it's a very tender moment. I think they did a good job. Now, Ash Tyler was, I guess, raped by that female Klingon. What's her name? I don't remember. But she pulled a whatchamacallit, a Kevin Spacey on him, and who knows? I don't know what's going on. But he has bad dreams of her raping him. So they show scenes of her, the female Klingon, Laurel, right here, all like half naked and stuff in a sexy way, like messing with Ash Tyler. And apparently it traumatized him real bad. So that was a little strange. I've never seen a half naked Klingon female. But so yeah, that's what they did. They tried to do that. And so they get them back. Oh, and she also went with them when they beamed over because she was so close they couldn't tell the life signs away. So she's a prisoner now, the one that he's having nightmares about. They're going to kiss right here, or maybe in a second. They're just very concerned about each other. And it's supposedly the first gay kiss between 2 men on Star Trek, which that's probably true. I don't know. There was some other FMB, LMADB, or whatever, gay stuff on Deep Space Nine where Dax kissed another female. Oh, yeah. He's doing the last jump to get him out of there, and he looks terrible, doesn't he? Of course, he's not going to be good. It's going to be bad. But I wasn't really freaked out when these two men kissed. Normally, it makes my stomach want to throw up, and I get a nauseous feeling in my stomach when I see two men kissing. But for some reason, I didn't feel that way here. Maybe it's because I have a I feel like I know these characters, or maybe they're really good actors. I don't know. You tell me. But when they kissed, it didn't nauseate me. I think it's because they're good actors, and I feel like I know them. What did you think about this episode? Did you think it was great? Comment and subscribe. This is Trek Genius over and out.
Before you click away, do me a favor. Subscribe to this channel. It means a lot to me. Well, not really, but it means a lot to someone, I'm sure. Also, if you like what you just watched, you can see even more content on the Fox Now app. Don't say I ever gave you nothing.